Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. This is Spades and Spade podcast. It is August 7th. As you can see, I'm by myself right now. Vic is stuck in traffic, so he'll be here shortly. So anyway, last night, the U.S. basketball team won the gold medal. Woo! They had us scared a little bit. They had us scared. You know what I'm saying? A little fright. I wasn't too worried. Everybody else was like, oh my God, but I wasn't too worried. I knew we were going to hold it down. KD as the best player. I knew we was going to hold it down. We won against France. Once against France, which is a good team. We got some nice NBA players on there, so it wasn't like it was a cakewalk this year because they did have to beat some good teams. They had to beat that Australia team that had Luis Stabu on there and Bella Vadova. They had some good teams, so they had to go through a nice little stretch. They had to beat Spain in the first round. So yeah, congratulations to them, and I'm glad they pulled it off. For real, because it was going to be embarrassing if they came out with a bronze or a silver. And Luka went off for Slovenia. I don't know if he won the bronze medal, but shout out to Luka. Luka, you did your thing out there. You know what I'm saying? He had the third triple-double ever in the Olympics. So, yeah, shout out to him. You know, I'm a Mavericks fan, so, you know, Luka, my man. A topic that I wanted to get off my chest. Let's switch the subject. Because I look at people and how they move, and I see a trend that I don't get. I see people that want to be productive, and because they've been unproductive for a long period of time, but to be productive, they do it in unproductive ways, which is kind of counterproductive. You know what I'm saying? I don't get why would you want to like succeed but do it in an unsuccessful way? Which I mean by like you have a dream job. You know what I'm saying? And in the pursuit of that, you had to do some things, but you had to say forget your family in the process. You got your dream job, but now you don't got no family behind you because you said forget them. Now that's become an issue because you got that dream job, but you got no support. You got nobody to talk to, none of that because you said F them because you felt like you had to do that to get to where you were. And now you by yourself. That doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. You being counterproductive to your own success because you're gonna need your family. You're gonna need your family no matter what.
Can I chime in?
Mm-hmm.
So, depending on the situation between that individual and that family, I mean, there is a point in time where you do need to cut them off.
Oh yeah, that's going towards the topic we was going to discuss later when Vic get here, where when do you put your family first and when you put yourself first? But in what I'm saying is in the wrong way, because I'm not saying is situations where you need to cut your family off, but in this situation I'm saying there wasn't a need to do that, and you decided to do that because that's what you thought you had to do, but you didn't have to do it.
So further, let's say, because do you feel that with, mind you, like a lot of people wanted the success of being successful, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So, and you cut off all the ties that would hold you down. So you're saying the fact that by eliminating, in this aspect, your family, your quote unquote foundation, as you would probably basing this off of, you wouldn't uplift yourself in a better light.
Far
as depending on what your family, depending on how, like, because you can't, depending on the situation in hand, there will become a point in time where you have to cut them off. Because there's no way for you to be successful unless, depending on what your family is, unless they're mutually successful as you are, then I wouldn't understand then I wouldn't understand the situation. But if one is an anchor, keep holding you back from success, yeah, I would cut them off.
Yeah, in that situation, then that would be warranted, because they are holding you back. But what I'm saying in this instance, if that's not the case, and you decide that you had to do that, and then you look back at it like, I didn't have to do that, and now you literally don't have no family, but you have the job where you're supposed to, you know what I'm saying? But you got nobody to help you. You know what I'm saying? Another example I have is, let's say, trying to think of another example to keep my point across.
Well, let's say this. If I'm trying to understand the example, or pretty much the situation in hand is this, to where you would split your family for no reason, is if the fact that you are changing in ways that your family cannot recognize, where you feeling you're more ruthless than ever before. Mind you, we've probably seen it through the movies of like you don't get, you change and all that stuff, and where you're not only your personality, just of who you are as an individual, way the way you're raised and things of that nature, feeling the fact like you are a completely different person than you were before you even thought about getting this job. So I get the sense of fact that, like, cutting your family off in that aspect, making no sense, because you are, you saying you have to do this to be successful. Yeah. Originally, you don't. Yeah. So that I can understand.
That's why I was. Right. That's why I was going at.
Right.
That's why I was going at. When there's no need for you to do that, and you decide to do that anyway.
Right.
Just because you thought that's where you had to do.
Actually, okay. So then, you probably based off of what you guys are thinking, I'll give you this aspect, this scenario. If you think of Shikari Richardson, that I feel is a perfect example to where you cut your ties with people that you officially associate yourself with. Those whatever, quote unquote, either family members or friends. I understand you lost someone dear to you, but then again, you are trying to. There is a dream that not many people have access to, and you have to. And sadly enough, you have to cut ties to those that you fully know and claim that you're family and all that stuff, so that way you can fully be successful. Now, in that situation, I'll put this to you guys, and then you can go from here. What would you do in that scenario?
Well, in that scenario, because I had a little something I had to get off my chest. I was saying that why people that want to be productive that's unproductive, be productive in unproductive ways. So that's how they came up. But what that's having like negative influences that you need to get away from you.
It's just like, first of all, good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Sorry I'm late. It's traffic coming up from Southern Maryland. It was crazy, man. But so when I think about that, I think about like rappers, right? Professional athletes as well. a prime example is, like an artist, right? They make it big. You know what I'm saying? They they come back to the area they from, and they kind of want to, show everybody like, hey, this is me now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can make it out, kind of thing, you can do it as well. But in the process of doing that, they want to pull a couple of they homeboys or they homegirls along with them. It's like, hey, like I'm gonna get you out of here, kind of thing. But in the process of doing that, you could potentially be adding a snake to your circle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody who you think is really in your corner is not really in your corner. You know what I'm saying? Because they really envious and jealous of you because you are this successful whatever now, and they feel like, all right, well, I'm gonna do all I can to try to take advantage of you so that way I can get what I want out of it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and that's by any means necessary, by like fucking up your relationship, your marriage, whatever, or just taking your life, period. So I always respect people who they make it out of the environment they grew up in. And they try to stay away from it because they know what comes from going back to that environment, especially if you still live in it. But then also, if you give back to where you come from, I mean, then that's just an added level of appreciation for where you come from as well. But it's a fine line though, because people get a bad rap all the time for, well, he done got all this money now, and he just forget where he came from. He think he better than us now, and it's not
but
that.
That same energy don't go into when they do that. Shout out to IDK. You know what I'm saying? Like people like him. That what I'm saying? I don't think he get enough credit. And then what I was saying, like how you try to be productive in unproductive ways. When you was talking, what really embody that? Tekashi 6ix9ine. Bruh, you did all that. Just for them to do that to you, then you gotta go ahead and snitch. Now you gotta literally look over your shoulder to the day you die. Cause you think they just gonna let that line? I just saw a video when the blood was like, your day coming. Bruh, you gotta look over your shoulder all the time, and you wonder why your baby mother don't want you to be around your daughter. You're a walking target. You're a walking target.
Yeah.
Bruh, he didn't have to do that. He could have still probably like talk stuff, not be totally gangster, but still talk stuff and then still sold how he sold. He did not have to do that. He didn't. You chose to do that. And now you got to deal with that for the rest of your life. You're a walking target for the rest of your life. For the rest of your life.
I can't imagine the amount of stress that must come with having to look over your shoulder literally every second.
Bro, you can't go to Walmart by yourself, bro. You can't. You can't go to Walmart by yourself. And then all the social media, they snapping everywhere you at.
Man,
they snapping everywhere you at.
Man, he a walking target. It's about a color.
And you a human highlighter.
Literally.
You can't go nowhere without getting spotted.
The color of his hair.
The hell? You a human highlighter. They gonna know.
Oh, that's 6ix9ine right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, come on, bro. Yeah. So even adding that on top of it, you even more of a target.
Exactly.
Because you one of one.
I think that's a better example if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
come on now.
I came in on a part where Brian was talking about Shikari. I'm only giving her a pass right now because she's so young, and her rise to fame really. Because honestly, I've been following her for like past couple years.
Yeah, me too.
Because I'm a big track and field fan. So when she was at LSU,
doing her
she
thing.
was killing it.
Killing it.
So I'm gonna give her a pass for right now because she's young, and of what she
just don't turn to Josh Gordon.
Is dealing
just
with.
Don't turn to Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
Just don't turn to Josh Gordon. Because
Yeah.
people don't get chances like how that man got, bro. Montavis Bryant didn't get that chance. Blackman didn't get that chance. That great wide receiver from Oklahoma State back in the day, he didn't get them couple chances. He got all them chances, and I think still he got another chance to go back, bro. Please, Shikari, please don't be like Josh Gordon. Like that dude. Oh my God, it's annoying. I smoke just like anybody else. Before a contract, an NFL contract, bro, smoke in the off season.
I think I'm not sure whether it will happen, whether she will break like Carl Lewis's record for like the most medals ever by like a. I think Allison Felix actually tied his record for like most medals by a track and field athlete. But shout out to Allison Felix. She's amazing.
Oh,
but,
I forgot the
what?
It was a I forgot the girl name. It was a girl. She was a black woman that won the gold medal in wrestling. I forgot her name, but congratulations to you too. Congratulations to you too.
That's a big deal.
That's some black girl magic right there. She did her thing too. I forgot her name. Next podcast, I'm gonna get your name and shout you out properly. For real, because that was I forgot her name, but
but yeah, with Shikari
the puff balls and all that, boy.
I think if she would have ran this Olympics, I think I think she would have eventually broke Carl Lewis's record. I don't think she can do it now. I mean, she still could do it, but it's gonna be a lot harder for her to do it. I mean, she's that talented. She really is like the real live
She 21, right?
She 2021, yeah, 2021. Like she's like the closest thing next to FloJo. And we all know how amazing FloJo was with the nails and the hair, just smoking everybody. You know, so
you heard about her biopic, right? Who playing her, right?
Who?
Tiffany Haddish.
Huh?
Well, why you think Tiffany Haddish been working out like that? She playing FloJo.
Wow. I gotta. I'm gonna have to let that digest. No, because because man, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna. I mean, I'm not saying that she can't do it because Tiffany Haddish is amazing. I gotta see it first. I gotta see it first.
Did you you see that movie when she was like had a mob with the other two ladies with the white drink from Handmaid's Tale? Did you see that movie?
That wasn't Girls Trip, was it?
Oh, no, that was not good. Or Girls Trip. I forgot the name.
That was good. I ain't gonna lie. Girls Trip was good.
That showed that she can act.
No, I know she can. It's just
in serious roles.
I gotta wrap my.
And it's another. Yeah,
that's a big role. That's a big role.
That's a big role, bro.
That's a big role. That's a big deal. That's a big deal, bro.
Big deal. Quad said, "Stop the cap."
Why he say that?
She ain't pulling that off. He said, "Let's keep it a stack." She ain't pulling that off.
Nah, I mean, see, I don't. I see. That's the thing, because I don't.
Right.
I don't.
I got confidence in
man,
her,
I don't want to judge a book, you know, before I judge a book by its cover before I read it, you know, kind of thing. So
not at all.
I'm gonna give it a chance just to. Yeah, I got to see it. I got to see it.
Hey, rest in peace, Chadwick. But before he played James, I was like, well, right. He killed it. Rest in peace.
Yeah. And we talked. I think we talked about this on a previous show, but
I'm judging.
Quan's a fool.
I'm judging.
But we talked about this on a previous show, but None of us had any idea he was sick, and he was still doing his thing, you know. And the fact that he was able to channel all of that pain he was dealing with, and still give us like
this last couple movies, you really saw it. Like you really saw how small he was, and I was.
But see, I just thought it was a byproduct of like just.
No, but like after the movies came out was right when they passed. It was like the Mama Rainey joint.
Okay.
And then what's the Soldiers movie? The Soldier movie. What's the name of that movie? In the Netflix joint when they had buried some treasure from the Vietnam War, and they came back as old men to go get that joint. I forgot the name of it. He was the lieutenant.
Oh, I can't remember the name.
But
of
he
it.
didn't he looked sick. But like when I watched it, he already had passed. So then it was like okay,
yeah.
Because when he did, I think he did like a Zoom was with ESPN or something. People was going in on him, like going in, and I was looking at Lexus. I said, Lexus, my sister, and I was like, that's not drugs. That's sick. I don't think he on no drugs. He looks sick. I was like, I hope that's not the case. I hope he just playing a role or something. You know what I'm saying? But he looks sick.
Shout out to my big brother Juan Vigil from my Navy days.
Okay.
He's tracking that right now.
I know that's right.
Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you, man. I love you. So going back to the topic of the day. Yeah, I think it's important, especially like when you become an adult and you trying to like settle down and have a family.
You gotta learn how to compartmentalize.
You got to be able to compartmentalize that you're no longer a kid. You know, the way your family, especially if you haven't seen them for a while, the way your family used to see you as, you're not that anymore. So like the choices you make, even with like the people you deal with, or even like once you do have a family, you know, I feel like obviously your family at that point comes the primary, is your primary responsibility, you know, but you still have to draw that line in the sand too, with your own family, and let them know, hey,
that's still
look,
my family.
This is right. It's still your family, but you gotta let your family know, hey, like this is what I got going on, even whether it's good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Because if you put yourself in a situation where you start your own family and whatnot, you should have the biggest say so in what goes on in your own family, not your aunts, not your uncles, not your cousins, not even your parents, grandparents, great grandparents. It's you that started that family. So I think at times it's tough, especially when you come from like a close family too. It's tough having to separate. Them having so much input and say so, or just there's nothing wrong with having an opinion, because I mean everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Yeah, I just think sometimes it's hard for some people to get away from what their family is saying, because they feel like, okay, well this is my family. My family's always going to be here. Yeah. The situation that I created for myself may not necessarily always be here.
Yeah, that's the number one question. When do you put family first? And then sometimes, what family do you put first? Mm-hmm. Quan was saying the family you create is more important than the family that you was born into, which I agree on. I totally agree on that, because that's your intimate, that's your household.
That's your blood.
That's your blood. That's your wife. Mom, I love you. Uncles, I love you. Cousins, I love you. But you just got to understand that now. And my mom should understand that. My aunties and uncles has some relationships. They should understand that. Who's been married before. Y'all should understand that. But at the same time, my wife, my kids, that's family too. Got to respect that. Now, with my wife, you don't have to be the best. You don't have to have the best relationship. But you do got to be cordial. You do have to have some kind of relationship with them because the simple fact that they still my family. Now, y'all my first priority, but they not going to go nowhere.
Right.
What up, little bro? They not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be that mutual respect. But it is a hierarchy.
Yeah.
It just have to be. Mama, I'm not living with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I love y'all to death. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to come to time where I have to decide what's good for me and my immediate family, which is my wife and kids. When I have a wife and kids, at the time I do not. But, yeah, you know what I'm saying? When it gets to that point.
Whenever that time comes.
We gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta.
I think I'm gonna turn the temperature dial up a little more now.
Okay.
So let's say you hit the lottery, right?
Ooh, shit.
Got money, right? Now, you know where I'm going with this.
Ooh.
All of a sudden, all these different family members gonna come out the cut. Hey, let me hold some. I heard you hit the ticket. And that kind of goes back to what I was saying. I was going to get into with as far as becoming a successful like professional athlete or artist or whatever. You got the success and fame and money now. All of a sudden, it's upon you to take care of everybody and their problems, right? You know. However, and I'm big on loyalty, right? So, and I treat everybody the same with respect. Like nothing's different across the board. I treat everybody the same because you never know when you're gonna need somebody, right? I mean that's how it should be. You treat everybody the same. What you give off is what you should get back in return. Obviously, it ain't like that, but
you got to draw a line in the sand.
Yeah,
because they gonna suck everything out of you.
Right.
Let me tell you something. When I make it, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm putting that in the atmosphere. When I make it, right? Only people that I feel like I owe to make sure they good, like to make sure they good. My mother, my sister, my nephew, and my grandmother. That's it. To make sure they good. Everybody else, I might help out if I decide to.
Right. And that's the key word.
If I decide to.
Yeah.
If I decide to.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, it's like, as soon as you get that one big paycheck, everybody like, yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I ain't really making for real. Let me do my thug thizzle. Let me flip it. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. This is the first big check. Wait a minute.
Hold on. Let me get a couple more for her.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all bugging.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't going to hold you because I got some family members that watch this, but I ain't going to say no names. But it was some family members that was tripping when I got my thing for my father, for the life insurance. They was tripping.
Bugging
y'all
out.
Know who y'all are. Y'all was tripping. For real. And you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
guess what? You don't hear nothing from them at all right now, do you? Nothing.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that.
But I'm not gonna say that. The calls and the text messages ain't as rampant though.
Oh no.
Right.
Oh no.
It's all about money, bro.
Oh no.
It's all about money, and that's what's sad.
Been like that for a minute, but you know what I'm saying? That's it. That's here or there.
Yeah.
At the same time, like, dang, this is the first big paycheck. Like, you own me already. Like, dang.
It didn't even have
it. Let me flip it.
It didn't even have a chance to like.
Let me
to sit in your
flip it.
account for 30
Let me
seconds.
flip it. I mean, when Shaq was talking, when he first got his first paycheck, he almost went broke because he bought his mama a joint. He bought mama a house. Then he got himself a car. His dad wanted the same joint. He got a joint car. And then his mom wanted the car, so he got himself a car. And I'm like, dude, dude, you don't got so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bruh, like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That the stories that I hear, but you got to draw that line in the sand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Meek Mill says something that I agree with. He said, before I made it, you wasn't hitting me for money.
Right.
But now I make it. Now you ask me to do these things, and you know what I'm saying. You wasn't asking me for no favors and none of that.
All right. That's how you know who's your family for real.
Exactly. And now you all of a sudden you like you change. I didn't change up. You changed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy how money changes the people around you.
Money is the root of all evil.
It's the root of all evil. And it bring out like your negatives into a whole nother degree. The level is up. It's like if you was a selfish ass person broke, imagine how you gonna be when you make it. If you was an insecure person broke, how would you know what I'm saying? It really elevate your insecurities and your you know what I'm saying, the negative things about you too.
I always told myself,
Shannon Sharp said that.
If I somehow come up on this big pot of money, one day, which I will, because I'm working towards it, but I'm gonna give a little something to everybody that's been in my corner.
Yeah,
and that's still in my corner.
Hey, Quan just said that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People like my boys, He said
the people that
family,
kept you from falling.
Yeah.
He said that's the only people. If you decide to, and you're not obligated to help nobody.
No.
Unless the people that help you, except the people that help you, kept you from falling.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Kept you sane.
All the people
kept you level headed.
Yeah. All the people I named to make sure I'm gonna make sure they good. You know what I'm saying? But my brothers, I'm gonna make sure they eating. Like we gonna eat together. Like I'm gonna put something into a business so you can flip that thing.
Yep.
Then so you gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do for my brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to just keep on making sure you good. I'm gonna put you into a position so you can make sure yourself is good.
I mean, because it's easy to give someone like a pot of money, and then like in 2 weeks they're gonna be calling you again.
Exactly.
Like nah, I'm giving you this money to invest towards something that's going to create generational wealth. Exactly. And we've talked about this on the show on many different occasions, creating generational wealth.
Because rich and wealthy is two different things.
Yeah, it is.
It's two different things.
It is.
And I'm a simplified. I'm like, rich is for this and for your lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wealth is for generations.
That part. Yeah. No, I mean,
rich is for your lifetime.
Yeah.
Wealth is for generations. Two different things. Two different things. But here's the thing. But here's the thing that another thing I want to go about like family first. How you gonna choose family first? Back to where Brian was saying in the beginning of the show. Sometimes it comes to a point where you gotta put yourself first and make a decision where it's gonna be more healthy for you. Because sometimes family can give some unhealthy vibes, bro. And one of my best friends, you know what I'm saying, hope you get there safe. She moving to Vegas. because she dealt with a lot
It's a big move.
when it came to her family, man.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some people needs to do that. Some people need to grow outside their family so they be able to be good. So the relationship won't be completely severed and then try to come back
Right.
and be, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
at this time, I got to do my thug this.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to come to a point where you're going to have to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because life happens. Life
Right.
happens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When life happens, you got to,
You're gonna need that support system.
yeah, because at the end of the day, you living life for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't care how close you are with your mama, when you die, you by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
When you die, you in the casket by yourself. You might be beside somebody, but you in that casket by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta live life for you. I be telling people that don't let people manipulate your life. That's your life.
You know, and I'm glad you brought that up, because that's another segue into you know, families controlling, you know, like their kids' life, like whatever they did not achieve or could not achieve, it's okay. Well, I'm gonna live it through my child. Like for instance, when it comes to like a career or even sports, because even now too, a lot of families force their kids to play sports they really don't want to play, or that they're not good at, because they didn't take the time to get to know what their child was really good at. But since, oh well, my dreams of being in the NBA was ruined, so I'm gonna force my child to play basketball. That's not what your child want to do. Mm-hmm. If that's what your child want to do, cool. By all means, push them in that direction. But if your child likes to draw, and you coming up on your child saying, "What you doing?" You tossing they book to the side, like, nah, you don't need to be doing that. Yeah. Like you're creating an atmosphere where your child's going to resent you because you're not paying attention to what they're good at.
Mm-hmm. Prime example, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's funny, because we got the same name. Snoop's son, Cordell.
Okay.
That's a prime example. Like, because Snoop always wanted to be in the league. Snoop always wanted to be in the league. He ended up being a rapper, but he always wanted to be in the league. So he was living through his sons. Now, his first son, Cordell, he ended up going the other route, wanted to be a producer, hippie, you know what I'm saying, weed enthusiast. That's cool. But then Cordell, he started, like, balling. And then he went to Gorham, what's the name of that big high school? We went to that big high school in Vegas. I forgot the name of that joint. They got the G on their head. I forgot. It's called Gorham something. I forgot. Like the owner, the former owners of the USC used to go there and all that. So what's the name? He balling, got a scholarship to UCLA. You know what I'm saying? Whew. Went to UCLA. He living through his son. He said it. He was living through his son. Mm-hmm. Then the son decided not to play football no more. Wanted to do other things. And Snoop accepted it. Okay. It was like, I'm here for you.
That's good. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Didn't put no pressure on them. When I say it was disappointed, you know what I'm saying? You do what you want to do. If that's not your passion, then that's cool. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So,
because either that probably never was his passion.
Yeah, he said he liked football. He didn't love football.
So.
That's how I used to tell people all the time when they used to be like, yeah, I want to play for the football team and went back to school. I'm like, let me tell you something, especially with football, because I played other sports in high school, like, well, swimming, I genuinely love swimming, but like shot put, baseball, I really like those. I really like doing it, but I didn't really love it.
But you love.
But like
football.
You had to, like, I love football, mm-hmm. And with football, especially with the coaches that we had, you had to love it. Mm-hmm. If you didn't love it, you was gonna quit or you was gonna have a terrible time.
Right. Yeah.
You was either gonna quit or you was gonna have a terrible time.
And you was gonna get hurt.
Oh yeah, and you was gonna get hurt because we was thumping. Mm-hmm. We was thumping. So like, if you didn't love it, you had to.
And I think for the most part, going back to our team in school, I think for the most part, we all loved football. There was some that liked it.
You can tell though.
You can tell
that was just talented,
right?
And they really love the sport. I'm not gonna put no names out there.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying. You could tell. You could tell the people that really loved it and who didn't.
You know what? You know what was a telltale sign of that? Practice.
Yeah.
Because who really wants to go to practice for real? You know what I'm saying? We hated practice.
Yeah, I hated practice, but I did my thing though.
I mean, no one loved practice. It's right after school. It was in the middle of the summer. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was going.
Especially 2 days.
Oh man, don't get me started on that. We used to sleep.
2 days
we used to sleep in the weight room
2 days
or in the gym.
2 days is where you was.
Yeah.
Where you was.
Yeah.
That's where you made your name. You made your name in 2 days. Because if you was able to make it in 2 days, like Julius said something the other day on Facebook, bro. He said, Julian. He said, it was hot as I don't know what.
I'm telling you,
it was one day it was really hot in there, and then like Julian was like, we real life had to do 2 days in this weather. I'm like, yeah, we really did, bro.
And then remember the gym didn't have no AC. We had those hot ass fans in the gym.
Oh my goodness, it was terrible. Them little mats.
Oh man,
bro.
Yeah, bro.
Then they want us to lift weights in between our break. I'm like, why do we have to do this? I'm like, so why do we have to lift weights? We just did this we got another practice.
Mm-hmm. Can we watch film or something?
Can we like do something else? Like, dang. Yeah. I'm like, bruh, I wish we were like in the classroom more.
Right.
Like
going over the offense, defense,
exactly,
whatever.
And different scenarios and all that.
Yeah.
Throw some clips from last year.
Right, yeah.
Joints so we can see, like, bruh, do something. Why because we was so tired, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, we just practiced in this hot ass weather. Why are we weightlifting?
Literally,
why are we lifting weights?
Literally, as soon as we leave the field, right, we break down the field, we grab the jugs, take off our equipment. All right, head into the weight room. Like, bruh.
Hey, you be hoping you don't go first. Hoping they say skill positions first. Like, skill positions, I'm like, yes, I'm going. I'm hungry. I'm freaking hungry. I come back and do that later, bro.
Man,
dang,
my goodness.
Oh, I used to be mad when they're like lineman first. I'm like, But usually when you do that, you get to do that, then you can eat and then go to sleep and then wake up. If you eat and then go wake up,
you're gonna be sluggish.
Yeah, you're gonna be sluggish. So. It was a gift and curse.
Yeah, just looking at how, man, we really grew up at a perfect time. Honestly, we had like the best of both worlds.
We had the best of like the old, like when we was younger, we had like the old ways, and then like going older, we had the technology,
right?
As it was still rising.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like just the generation, like just talking to them and certain phrases they don't know, and just certain songs you would just think like money, power, respect. You know what I'm saying? They like, what's that? I'm like, come on, I'm not this old. I'm not this old. Like it's just, I'll be like, God, I'm not this old. Like not 2000s being oldies, not being like, come on, like I'm not. Come on.
So real quick, because we only got a few more minutes, but okay.
Thank you, brother.
How do you? Because we grew up in the age where technology started to explode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, right, we had to go outside and play. We had to interact with kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we had PlayStation, we had Nintendo, we had all of that, but we still made time to go outside and play.
Yeah.
So now, and we talked about this like with the DMs too. Would you rather text, talk on the phone, or talk in person?
I'd rather talk in person.
Yeah.
Because we're live. Hey, can mean so many different things.
You talking about text message wise?
I'm just again like text message wise, but when you see it, you can tell what kind of hate. Like a way as a person say something can mean different. You know what I'm saying? Like body language is a lot. You know what I'm saying? So like you can say some things and your body language saying you lying like shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I like that face to face. That's why I like FaceTiming for real. God, I get to see your face.
That too was cool. Yeah.
I get to see your face. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To see what's really real. Sometimes you, hey, I ain't gonna hold you. That backfired one bad time, babe. With my ex, that girl looked at me in my face, was like, yeah, I'm choosing Connor. I'm like, damn. I'm like, damn, cuz. I'm like, damn.
Why you keep bringing this up, bro?
That's just funny, though. That's just funny, though. But what's the name?
Was he there?
Huh?
Was he there?
Nah. But that shit was crazy, though. She had the balls. That bitch was like, yeah. I'm like, but yeah, like, I like I like it first. I like seeing the people and they body language because it tells a lot. You know what I'm saying? But like, bro, we used to have conversations with people, and then back then it was more of a Quad laughing at me. What's the name? But what's the name? Like we used to have a conversation with people back then. Like in a couple podcasts ago, we had villages that that raised us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we had that one neighbor that could be like, "What you doing now? Nigga, you don't bring your head.
Yeah.
What you doing?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we had that, bro. You know what I'm saying? We had more of a sense of community back then too. You know what I'm saying? Like my mom, and a couple people in the family used to come together and have different lessons with the fellow kids, about Kwanzaa and all that, learn the African culture. Like we used to do that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was more of a sense of communication in person. Now everybody want to do everything. You know what I'm saying? Like on social media and all that. Like, bruh, it wasn't no sense of it wasn't no personal. The personal touch of everything is lost.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I can text. I can do all that. I hate it, bro. I hate it because we didn't grow up doing that.
No,
we grew up having that face-to-face interaction, and I mean, yeah, it's convenient.
Bro, we could be on the internet and talk on the phone at the same time, Vic. You trying to talk to your crush? Oh, you're here. Who on the internet?
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a phone call.
You pick up the house phone, your mother on the phone.
Hello? I'm like,
oh my goodness.
How long you been on the phone for? I done sung confessions to this girl for like 15 minutes. And how long you been on the phone?
Yeah.
Like, they don't know, man. They don't know. They don't know the struggle. That's why we are like
minutes not free till 9 o'clock.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, boy.
Yeah, man. Gosh, yeah, we
SIM cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't play manhunt no more, Vic. They don't play manhunt, shocks to the water no more. They don't do none of that. They don't play freeze tag, none of that. 10 minutes, 10 seconds in heaven, they don't do none of that. They don't do none of that.
I know just like just driving around sometimes, I don't really see many kids outside at all.
At all.
At all.
At all. Like my friend, my nephew don't even got no friends in the neighborhood.
See?
I mean, we had a whole squad. It was a squad of
other
us.
neighborhoods.
And other neighborhoods. We knew each other from other neighborhoods and all that,
right,
bro. Like
right.
real life, my neighborhood, like when I used to live at LaSalle Park, bro, we had a football team with a football playbook and played other teams from different apartment complexes.
Yeah.
Queenstown, Cypress Hill. You know what I'm saying? Well, I said Cypress Hill, Cypress Creek. Like real life, put money up, betting and all that. Like, bruh, like they don't do nothing like that no more. Like it's crazy. And when I be seeing the kids playing with, most of them are they family members. They don't be really kids. I like, bro. It used to be like a group, like a squad outside. It used to be a squad.
It's almost like, because
especially at the park. That's like in between the middle of all that, and then everybody come, bro. It used to be lit. It used to be so lit, bro.
Every day. It wasn't just a weekend
bruh.
thing. It was like after school. Especially like when I was at TJ, after school, every single day, we used to play football.
Yeah.
Every single day.
It was a must.
We didn't have uniforms, as a matter of fact.
In elementary school I didn't. It was middle school and on up. It was middle school and on up, and I was pissed in Duval because they ain't wear uniforms up until we came.
Well, yeah, cause our freshman year we didn't wear uniforms, did we?
No, you was a lie. We wore uniforms. That's when they first came out.
Oh, you're right.
You was a lie.
No, you're right. Because
we
had orientation.
We had the they had the orientation where everybody freshman had to come in that joint and
get
showed
size.
it out.
Yeah.
And get size,
okay, I remember
boy.
that. Yeah, I remember that.
That joint blew me, bro. I was so mad, man. Man, what?
You know why? That's why everybody's shoes and backpack game was on point.
Exactly. Because you had to do something.
Because we had uniforms, bro.
Man, you had to do something. Then they start coming up with the nice little cargo joints.
Yeah.
Cargo and everything. Everyone like, man, we trying to thug it out. Like, no, we ain't going through that. I used to hate that. That used to blow me. The damn uniforms.
That just made me nauseous, too.
Bruh. I wish we could go back, bro. Adulthood sucks.
We kind of jump around all the place right now, but it's cool. It's good conversation. But how different do you think high school would have been if we had no uniforms?
People would have got beaten up, bro. People got beaten up.
How different would high school would have been if we had no uniforms?
People was getting beaten up for their shoes. And people come in there with some, especially with like that Ralph Lauren, especially in the one of them time with Ed Hardy and all that came out. You know when people would have got beat up. Beat up. Not me, because nobody can fit my side. But you know what I'm saying? And I was gonna beat your ass. So I ain't got no problem with that. But yeah, that would have been, hey, bro. That would have been too crazy. First of all, the females would have lost their damn mind. I think it would have been way worse with the females. I think they'd have been wearing crazy shit.
Yeah.
Crazy shit. Because when I went to Duval and like the first couple weeks, when it was like people were still not wearing uniforms and they really wasn't like cracking down on it until like a couple weeks go by, they was like, all right now. If you don't, you know what I'm saying, you're going to get fucked up. But, fool.
Nah, we used to see some stuff.
Right, it was a dude in there. It was a gay dude. Had see-through pants on with a thong on. I'm like, bro, what's going on? What school I'm going to? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Duval was, hey, bro, before I went to Duval, people was telling me not to go to Duval.
I didn't
want to be. My cousin that went to Duval before, he said, bro, don't do that. It's the Blue of Maryland. I said, it's the Blue of Maryland. See, when I got there, it was still rough. No, tell me, it was the first 2 years of Duval.
Nah, our freshman and sophomore year.
That's what I'm saying, first 2 years.
Our freshman year was wild.
Our freshman year was wild.
Wow.
And then the sophomore year, somebody got poked up. Like, Duval came a long way. I'm happy.
No, honestly.
No, for real. Because once the class of 2012, when they came, I said, Duval gonna change.
Because matter of fact, when we got there, our freshman year, the new building,
it was just a building.
It wasn't even there.
Like, looking back at it, I don't know how we survived in that one building. Like, I don't know how we survived, bro. I don't know. I don't. That's why it was so many fights. It was so many people in that one little spot. Like, bruh, we wasn't being productive at all in that joint.
Yeah.
We was losing our minds. People was tripping in that joint. You seen a fight every day, every other corner. They was beating those Spanish dudes up every day. I'm trying to tell you. Like, it was crazy it was crazy back then, for real. I remember some people wanted to jump me and I didn't even know what I did. It was just people outside. I left. I left. I was a sophomore. I left. I was like, what? That's back then when I didn't really know a lot of people. I left. I went home. I said, I don't know what they was on. But they weren't about to get me that day. Hell no.
You know, we really didn't have any food fights like that. But it was a lot of craziness going on.
I love the food fights. First of all, I used to open the whole chocolate milk up, up and
now the food fights at TJ, the food fights at TJ was it was something out of a movie, bruh.
I wish I went to TJ,
bruh. Those. I lie to you now.
Laughing at me because I said I left. I got out of there.
No, I lie to you now, bro.
Hey, bro, they was like, Scoop, they out there for you. I'm like, they out there for who? Me? I'm like, shit.
You don't even know nobody.
Hey, fool. I said, shit. I said, step back to say, and then people were still calling me Cordell, too. They was like, yeah, Cordell, they out here for you. For who? For me? Shit.
They looking for you.
I called my mom. I was like, hey, mom.
Who girl did you take?
Bro, I don't know. I ended up finding out. It was like somebody said that I was bullying somebody, which was not true. I was never a bully. You know that, bro. I was never a bully. I was the people that fought bullies. I never bullied nobody, bro. Fool, that shit blew me, son. I had to get up out of there, bro. For real. I had to get up out of there. They was like, we gonna get that nigga. I'm like, bro, I went to the gym. They was like, yeah, they for you. I'm like, huh? I was on the next thing smoking. Hey, that bus came right on time too. I'm like, I said, hey, man, they tripping. For real, I was gone.
They was looking for somebody that looked like you.
Hey, no, but I came back. They was like. But ain't nothing ever happened though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never got jumped and do whatever in my life. But I had to get up out of there. But nah, them food fights was crazy.
Yeah, we had a couple. I mean, it was light. But the ones at TJ, bro, it was epic.
I heard.
It was epic.
I heard.
And we had to clean it up. Yeah. It wasn't just the janitors. No, we cleaned it up too. Yeah.
That's gangster. Oh, hell no. Y'all cleaning this up. Who y'all thought this was?
Yeah, those 2 years. Those 2 years at TJ was like some of the most fun in my life, bro.
I'm crying. They told y'all to clean it up.
Met a lot of people that I know, even still to this day, from TJ. I don't really keep up with too many from elementary school. That's rare. It's a handful. Casey being prime example, but
I don't think anybody. I had some contact with a couple people from elementary school, but I'm not gonna say we as close. Like my childhood friend, like we still talk, but we not as close as we used to.
Mm-hmm.
I want to fix because that was my boy. Like, that was like when we had that conversation about friends. Like I was glad to have him in my life back then when I was in elementary school because I ain't really had nobody else that was there like that. You know what I'm saying? And like when my dad died, he was really there for me. So like
that's love. Yeah,
so real life, like I really want to get back to being closer. Hey Travis, you hear me, my bro? We gotta get back, bro. We gotta get back, bro. Our moms know each other. Like, yeah, we got too much history and this just be not talking. Like, we gotta fix that. So, yeah, we gotta link back up soon.
And that's a topic for another show that we can discuss as far as
outgrowing your friends.
Yeah, and reconnecting and all of that. It's easy for us to do it.
Ooh, boy,
but
that's gonna be good, bro.
Yeah, to be determined. We'll see.
Yeah. I know we was everywhere, you know, with this episode, but you know what I'm saying, we just had a lot of stuff on our mind, and I'm glad we just here to have another episode. Each time, just blessed to be here all the time, bro.
Yes, sir. All right, that's it for today's show. We had no guests today. We was chilling today, kind of going all over the place, but it's cool. Once again, I apologize for being late. It was a lot of traffic coming up, but I made it safely, so
Brian hold it down with me. You know what I'm saying? He contribute. You know what I'm saying? So he hold it down. So he helped me out. You know what I'm saying? So we made it.
We made it. We made it work. All right, y'all. So that's it for today's show. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We will see you guys in 2 weeks. I'm not even gonna say get your vaccines because we're not gonna talk about that. But we are Spade Podcast. We are out. Y'all be safe. Have a good weekend. Peace.
We are Ripped Radio Network.